All right, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling, well, one of humanity's biggest questions, really. What is intelligence?
Hmm.
We're going to unpack your sources, look at this journey from that early drive for just one number, one score for smart.
Right, that single quantifiable measure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All the way to, well, a much richer picture, still evolving, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And our mission here is to track how that definition of smart has changed, over the last 100 years or so.
And what it means for you.
Exactly. And how science now sees intelligence less as this fixed thing you're born with and more as a dynamic system, really adaptable.
Okay, so where did this whole quest begin? To put a number on smart.
Well, you have to go back over a century. You've got pioneers like Sir Francis Galton.
Right, who tried to measure it through, like, physical traits. Seems odd now.
A bit, yeah. Then Alfred Binet came along, designing tests, more practically to help kids who needed school support.
Okay.
And William Stern, he's the one who gave us the actual IQ formula.
Ugh, a famous IQ score. And then Charles Spearman.
Spearman, yeah. He proposed the big one, the G factor.
The general intelligence idea.
Right, that underlying ability. The positive manifold, basically, if you're good at one mental task, you're probably pretty good at others, too.
But there's always a but, isn't there?
Always. Here's where it gets really, really interesting. These IQ tests, they aimed for objectivity, right?
Sure.
But applying them showed they were, well, massively influenced by environment.
How so?
Well, tragically, some early tests were even used to justify, really harmful discriminatory policies. That's in the sources.
Wow. Okay.
But at the same time, you saw proof that things like better schooling, better nutrition, they could actually boost scores.
So intelligence wasn't just purely fixed.
Exactly. It was tied up with opportunity. And that tension, this idea of a single fixed number versus something malleable, something context-dependent that really fuels everything that comes next.
Okay, so if the single G factor wasn't the whole story, who challenged it?
Well, a major challenger was Howard Gardner, his theory of multiple intelligences.
Right, the idea that we have lots of different kinds of smarts.
Precisely. He called them distinct and relatively independent intellectual capacities, almost like having different computers in your head for different jobs.
Different computers, I like that. How many?
He landed on 9. Things like linguistic, logical, mathematical, the usual suspects, but also bodily kinesthetic.
Like athletes or surgeons.
Exactly. And interpersonal understanding other people.
Okay, but how solid is the science behind these being truly separate?
That's the critique. There's debate about the hard neurological evidence for them being totally distinct. And Gardner himself warned against confusing them with, simple learning style.
Oh, okay.
But its value, especially for teachers, is huge. It offers this positive, strength-based way to see students. It celebrates different talents beyond just test scores. It's a more inclusive view, isn't it?
Definitely. It broadens the definition. So what about street smarts? Does that fit in anywhere?
Good question. That leads us nicely to Robert Sternberg's triarchic theory. He saw intelligence more as developing expertise.
Okay.
And he broke it down into 3 types. Analytical, that's your traditional academic smarts. Creative, handling new problems, innovating. And practical intelligence.
Practical intelligence. So street smarts.
Basically, yeah. Real-world problem solving. And here's the key. Practical intelligence often barely correlates with standard IQ scores.
Really?
Yeah. But it can predict real-world success just as well, sometimes better. It's about adapting to your environment, shaping it, or even choosing a different one.
So knowing how to navigate office politics might be as important as calculus.
In some contexts, absolutely. Sternberg's work suggests real intelligence is about thriving out there in the messy real world. And it helps spot gifted kids from all sorts of backgrounds, too.
It feels like we're moving beyond just pure thinking power here.
We absolutely are. Which brings us to emotional intelligence, or EI. Daniel Goleman really popularized this.
EI. That's about feelings and social skills, right?
Exactly. Goleman outlined 5 key bits: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills.
And how does that connect to, say, being successful at work?
Critically, according to the research, your IQ and technical skills might, get you hired.
Get your foot in the door.
Right. But high EI is often what makes someone excel long-term, especially in leadership. It's about managing yourself and navigating those complex social webs. It's often the invisible advantage.
So looking ahead, where is all this taking our understanding of smart?
Well, the big shift is away from intelligence being seen as fixed. It's malleable. And neuroscience is moving beyond just pinpointing intelligence spots in the brain.
Right.
Now it's about system-wide network mechanisms. Intelligence seems to emerge from how different brain networks connect and communicate the whole topology and connectivity.
Like a complex network.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating now is this loop between neuroscience and AI.
Oh, how so?
Neuroscience gives ideas for AI design, like neural networks inspired by the brain. And AI, in turn, helps scientists quench huge amounts of brain data, even suggesting new hypotheses. It's accelerating discovery.
So realizing intelligence isn't just one fixed thing, it's a whole toolkit, really. That feels pretty empowering.
It absolutely should. Maybe we'll only truly grasp human intelligence when we can build its core principles into something non-biological. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other kinds of intelligence are out there waiting to be understood? And maybe more importantly for you, how will you choose to cultivate yours?